Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Yashodanandana Prajajanandana Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nami Namaste Saraswati Devi Guruvani Prachani Nirvishesha Shilabhati Vastate Deshatani Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 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 Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraya Nashtaprayeshu Vabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtaki We're reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter number 13, Text number 42. Samstapainam jagatam satashtusam Lokaya patnim asimataram pita Vidhema chashyai namasa sahatvaya Yasyam swate choknim Nivarnavada Samstapainam jagatam satastusam Lokayan patnim asim mataram pita Vidhema chashyai namasa sahatvaya Yashyam swate choknim ivaranavada Samstapainam jagatam satashtusam Lokaya patnim asimataram pita Vidhema chashyai namasa sahatvaya Yashyam swate jognim ivaranavada
Samstapayainam jagatam satastusam Lokaya patnim asimataram pita Vidhema chasyai namasa sahatvaya Yasyam satejognim ivarnavada
Samstapainam jagatam satastusam Lokaya patnim asimataram pita Vidhema chasyai namasa sahatvaya
संस्थापयानां जगतां सतष्टुषा लोकाय पत्नी असीमातरं पिता हेमचास्यै नमसा सह त्वया यस्यां स्वतेजोऽग्निवर्णाः अधाः
Samstapaya enam. Raise this earth. Jagatam. Both the moving and Satashtuzam. Non-moving. Lokaya. For their residence. Patnim, wife. Asi, you are. Mataram, the mother. Pita, the father. Vedema, do we offer? Cha, also. Ashyai, unto the mother. Namasa, with all obeisances. Saha, along with. Tvaya, with you. Yashyam, in whom. Swateja, by your own potency. Agnim, fire. Diva, likened. Aranau, in the Arani wood. Ada, invested. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, D.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. O Lord, for the residential purposes of all inhabitants, both moving and non-moving, this earth is your wife, and you are the Supreme Father. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you, along with Mother Earth, in whom you have invested your own potency, just as an expert sacrificer puts fire in the Arani wood. And the purport? The so-called law of gravitation, which sustains the planets, is described herein as the potency of the Lord. This potency is invested by the Lord in the way that an expert sacrificial Brahmana puts fire in the Arani wood by the potency of Vedic mantras. By this arrangement, the world becomes habitable for both the moving and non-moving creatures. The conditioned souls who are residents of the material world are put in the womb of Mother Earth in the same way the seed of a child is put by the father in the womb of the mother. This conception of the Lord and the earth as father and mother is explained in Bhagavad Gita 14:4. Conditioned souls are devoted to the motherland in which they take their birth, but they do not know their father. The mother is not independent in producing children. Similarly, material nature cannot produce living entities unless in contact with the Supreme Father. the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Srimad Bhagavatam teaches us to offer obeisances unto the Mother along with the Father, the Supreme Lord, because it is the Father only who impregnates the Mother with all energies for the sustenance and maintenance of all living beings, both moving and non-moving. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Shalakaya Chakshurmritamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gatamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yatapatakamanam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Satvayakam Savadutam Harijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakani Vatsya Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindaveshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Vaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this verse is one of the prayers offered by Lord Brahma and the great sages who are residents of the upper planets in the universe, namely Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. And they're praying to the Lord to kindly pick up the earth planet which had fallen into the bottom of the Garbhodak ocean. So Srila Prabhupada explains to us that the planets are floating in space. The power of gravity is simply the potency of the Lord, which enables the planets to float. The planet Earth had fallen into the bottom of the universe. Lord Varaha can pick it up and put it back in its position. For the Lord, it is not a very difficult thing. Prabhupada talked about Atlas. Prabhupada lived in New York for some time, so he had seen at Rockefeller Center there on Fifth Avenue. They have this figure of Atlas, and he's holding up the earth. But Prabhupada said, Atlas looked very tired picking up the earth. It was like it was a heavy thing for him. But for Lord Krishna, he can do everything very easily. It's not a struggle, it's not an effort. Simply by his will, he can do these things. Because, well, We call it Achintya Shakti, inconceivable potencies. Prabhupada said it's inconceivable for us common men, common people, but it's perfectly conceivable for those who are self-realized. For those who are devotees, it's not inconceivable, it's very possible. It all happens by the grace of the Lord. Srila Prabhupada was in Australia at one time, and one young devotee boldly put up his hand and said, Srila Prabhupada, it all sounds very fantastic. You talk about Timingala fish, which can swallow a whale, and you say there are birds which fly from one planet to another. It all sounds very fantastic, inconceivable. And Prabhupada looked at him and with a smile said to him, what do you know? You're still in the womb of your mother. This was Prabhupada's way of dealing with the young devotee. But we have to accept it's very important for people to understand that there is such a thing as this inconceivable power, this Achintya Shakti. It's very fundamental to the understanding of the Krishna conscious philosophy. That there are such things as inconceivable potencies. And of course we see them every day. Right now the sun is there in the sky. It's an example of Achintya Shakti, the unlimited amount of heat and energy and radiation which is coming in just 1 second from the sun is enough to supply energy for the whole planet for 100 years. It's inconceivable that every moment the sun can be giving so much illumination, so much energy. It's inconceivable to our dull brain. We are like the frog in the well. Prabhupada talked of the common example, the frog in the well. How big is the ocean? Is it 5 times as big as my well? Is it 10 times as big as my well? In the same way, common people are trying to understand the potency of the Supreme Lord. It's inconceivable to their tiny brains. But if we hear about the Lord, it's very conceivable. For those who are devotees, those who can understand with the proper intelligence, then it's very conceivable. Lord Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita, Naham prakasha sarvatma yogamaya samavrita mudayam nabajanati lokamam ajam avyayam. I am never manifest to the foolish and the unintelligent. For them I am covered by my eternal creative potency. Yogamaya. So the Lord covers up. He covers up himself from these ordinary people who have no devotion. They cannot understand the unlimited potency of the Lord. They, just like they give the example, scorpions are coming from the rice. Oh, the rice must be producing scorpion. They're thinking like that because the scorpions come out of the rice. They think, oh, from the rice, the scorpions have come. They fail to understand that the scorpions came because some scorpion laid eggs there in the rice. And the eggs hatched and they came out, the scorpions came out. So the same way people look at material nature and they think everything comes from material nature. They're thinking life comes from matter, just simply from the combination of chemicals. Everything comes about. Because they do not see the Lord. He's covered to their tiny brains. So therefore they think the cause of life is simply chemicals. So of course Srila Prabhupada was very concerned that our scientists, those scientifically educated devotees, should preach this knowledge to the scientists and convince them that life actually comes from life, not from chemicals. And Prabhupada was always encouraging the members of the Bhaktivedanta Institute to go forward and to preach this message to the scientists, because in the Kali Yuga, the scientists are like the brahmanas in the world today. In the Vedic times, brahmanas were there to guide people and to influence the thinking of people and to instruct them. But in this time, the present times, it's the scientists who are telling people everything, guiding people, influencing the minds of everyone. We listen to what do the scientists say. When there was COVID, we were listening to the scientists. What are they saying? We're thinking they have all the answers. But actually they don't. They don't know. Everything is here in Scripture. Everything is revealed to us by the grace of the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. So Lord Krishna covers up himself from the common men. But for the devotees, they can see the Lord. They see the hand of the Lord in everything. Yo yam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mayi pashyati prashaham natamasyami satamina pranashyati. For one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost to him, nor is he ever lost to me. So the devotees, those who are on the higher level, they will see Krishna in everything. They see the hand of Krishna behind everything, arranging for the creation. It's all taking place by his control. And it's no struggle for him. This creation of the material world, this is the separated energy of Lord Krishna. It's not very dear to him. Prabhupada says, just like the cow's milk. Milk is the separated energy of the cow. Or man and women, the husband and wife, they may be married, they may be separated. So the relationship is not so close anymore. So the material world is the separated energy of Lord Krishna. It is not his most lovable place. He has his own abode. He has his own abode in Goloka Vrindavan, and he resides there eternally. But for the sake of the conditioned souls, of the rebellious living entities, the material world is created. And this material world serves two functions. One function is that the conditioned souls can try to satisfy their material desires. And the other purpose is that they can try to go back to Godhead, to get out of this material conditioned existence and liberate themselves from this material energy. So with this in mind, the creation is performed. And with creation means ultimately there will be also destruction. Srila Prabhupada would often look at the big buildings, the skyscrapers, And he would say, don't think it will all last. It's all temporary. One day it will all be destroyed. This is the nature of the material world. Just as the day comes, so the day ends, and there is night. And then again, the day comes. So again and again, there is creation, there is maintenance for some time, and then again destruction. And it goes on continually. So the material world is there giving all of us an opportunity to reform from our conditioned, rebellious nature and go back to the Lord. So the sages are praying to Lord Varaha. They want him to pick up the earth, put it back in the position, and they explain this earth, this is the residence for so many living entities, both moving and non-moving. They're residing there. So if you put it up, the earth is also like your wife. It is your energy, your potency. The Lord has that potency. Pashyam me yogam aishwaram. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said, just see my mystic power, my mystic opulence. That though I'm in everything and pervade everything, still my very self is the cause of the creation. This is Yogam Aishwaram, the mystic potency of the Lord. It's inconceivable to the tiny brains of the materialists. But for the devotees of the Lord, it's very conceivable, and it's very much appreciated and worshipable. But the Lord performs so many wonderful functions to arrange for the pleasure of the living entities. The devotees get pleasure from all of these things. So today is the Advaita Acharya's appearance day. We just want to speak some words in honor of Advaita Acharya, who is the member of the Panchatattva, and he of course was the cause of the descent of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, Advaita was already an old man. He was like over 60 years of age before Mahaprabhu appeared in this world. And in the Panchatattva, he is the avatar. Nityananda is the expansion of the Lord. Advaita is the avatar. Gadadhar, the internal potency, and Srivas, the marginal potency. This is the Panchatattva, the 5 features of the Lord. So Advaita was the first member of the Panchatattva to appear in this world. And he is Vishnu Tattva. He is not Jiva, he is Vishnu Tattva. Srivas Thakur is Jiva Tattva, but Advaita Acharya is Vishnu Tattva. So when we offer tulsi leaves, we also offer the tulsi to Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu, and he has come to take part in the pastimes of the Lord. So although he is incarnation of the Lord, Mahavishnu, he felt himself unable to deliver the conditioned souls. He saw the condition of the people, how they were all addicted to sinful activities, and even the so-called pious people would simply worship Kali and Chandi and different devas and demigoddesses for material benefits. Nobody was engaged in pure devotion. There was no chanting of the holy names of the Lord. There was only karma kandi, ritualistic activities for material benefit. So Advaita Acharya considered what to do, how can they ever be delivered? He considered that he himself would not be able to deliver the people. But then he remembered a sloka which said, the Lord becomes pleased when he is offered some Ganga water along with tulsi leaves, and he becomes obliged to that devotee. So thinking in this way, Advaita Acharya began to offer Ganges water and tulsi, and he called to the Lord, you please come, you please come, you have to come yourself. I can do nothing, I cannot deliver them. You have to personally come. So in this way, we give the credit to Advaita Acharya for calling the Lord to come into this world and take up his pastimes, to establish the Yuga Dharma. So Advaita Acharya was residing in Shantipur, and he also had his residence here in Mayapur. And his residence in Mayapur was not far away from the residence of Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata. So Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata, they had one older son, Vishwarup. And Vishwarup used to regularly go to the home of Advaita Acharya. And Advaita Acharya, in his home, as a real Brahmana, every day he'd be reading the scriptures. And Vishwarup would regularly go there and hear from Advaita Acharya. So it happened that Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata considered that now Vishwarup's getting older, we need to arrange his marriage. We should find a proper girl for him and have him situated in the Grihastha ashram. So when Vishwarup understood this, then he thought, why I should enter into family life? I don't have the desire to enter into that life. And he considered, I will go away from home. So Vishwarup just disappeared from his home. And then later they got news that Vishwarup has entered into the renounced order of life. So Mother Sachi, Bengali mothers, you know, they love their children very much. Mothers always love their children, but especially Bengali mothers, they have a special love for their children. And when her son had gone away, she felt very sad that my son is gone, he won't come home now, I may not see him again. And she's thinking, I think it was that Advaita Acharya, because he was going there every day. He was going every day and hearing from them. So he must have been hearing about the nature of the material world, and he's become convinced not to enter into Grihastha ashram. So Mother Sachi, she didn't say anything, but in her mind she was thinking like this. So it happened, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was giving mercy to everyone. And he was calling everyone, give mercy, give blessings to all the different devotees. And they said to Lord Chaitanya, what about Mother Sachi? You haven't given mercy to Mother Sachi yet. But Lord Chaitanya said, no, I will not give mercy to Mother Sachi because she has committed Vaishnava aparad. And the devotees were all shocked. What? You've given mercy to so many devotees, you're not going to give mercy to your own mother? Why like this? But Mahaprabhu said, no, because she has committed Vaishnava aparad. So she cannot get my mercy. She has to first get forgiven for her offense. Then they found out from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that Mother Sachi has mentally offended Advaita Acharya. So they thought, well, we will bring Advaita, call Advaita, bring him. And they got Advaita to, and Advaita saying, no, Mother Sachi, she could not have offended me. She is the Divine Mother. How could she ever commit any offense against me? They said, no, you have to come. Mahaprabhu is not going to bless his mother until she gets forgiven for offenses against you. Now they were bringing Advaita, and as they brought him, he became so overwhelmed in ecstasy just thinking about the divine, about Mother Sachi, that he fainted, he became unconscious. So at that time they brought Mother Sachi, quick, go now, take the dust from his feet. Because he will never give you he will never let you touch his feet. So you go now while he's unconscious, touch his feet, take the dust, and in this way get forgiven for your offense. So in this way, Mother Sachi was relieved of her offense. And Lord Chaitanya instructed all the devotees in the importance of never offending the Vaishnavas, never committing any Vaishnava aparadh. So that was one pastime with Advaita Acharya. Another interesting pastime comes after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu takes sannyas. So Mahaprabhu took his sannyas over in Katwa, and after taking sannyas, immediately said, I want to go to Vrindavan. Now I should go to Vrindavan. So his mood was like that. He wanted to go to Vrindavan. And so they were bringing him. And Lord Chaitanya was in ecstasy. So Lord Nityananda told a group of young boys who were taking care of cows, he told them, he said, when this sannyasi comes, tell him that this is the Yamuna River. Actually, it was the Ganga. But he said, tell him it's the Yamuna River. And so Mahaprabhu came and he saw the cowherd boys and he asked them, what is this place? What is this? And he said, oh, they said, this is the Yamuna. So Mahaprabhu was more ecstatic. Oh, the Yamuna, oh, already I'm here at Vrindavan. He was so happy. But then suddenly coming along the river is Advaita Acharya in a boat. And so Mahaprabhu looked and he's surprised. Advaita, how did you get here in Vrindavan? So then Advaita came and spoke to Lord Chaitanya, and they explained to him what happened. That actually, Lord Chaitanya was saying, Nityananda, you cheated me. You cheated me. You told me this was the Yamuna. But Lord Nityananda said, no, it is the Yamuna. He said, because this is the western side of the Ganga. And the Yamuna flows into the Ganga at Prayag, and it flows in on the western side. So the western side of the Ganga, that is where the Yamuna River flows. So he said, actually, I didn't cheat you. I told you this was the Yamuna. This side of the Ganga, this is the Yamuna. And in this way, they somewhat pacified Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Advaita Acharya, when Lord Chaitanya asked him, what are you doing here in Vrindavan? Advaita says to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, wherever you are, this is Vrindavan. Mahaprabhu was being told by Advaita Acharya that wherever you are, this is Vrindavan. So this was the understanding Advaita Acharya had in relation to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He saw Mahaprabhu as the personification of all holy places, and the prime holy place is Vrindavan. All the holy places reside in Vrindavan. And the holy place of Vrindavan is not different from Lord Krishna. And Mahaprabhu is not different from Lord Krishna. So wherever Mahaprabhu is, that is Vrindavan. Another interesting pastime with Advaita Acharya came. Advaita Acharya had one secretary, Kamalakanta Vishvasha. So it happened that Advaita Acharya, he was a family man. He had 6 children, 6 sons. Only 3 were devotees, however. Anyway, Advaita Acharya, having a family, he had some financial difficulties. So Kamalakanta Vishvasa, he was the secretary. So he wrote a message to the king of Puri, Maharaj Prataparudra. And he told the king that Advaita Acharya is the incarnation of the personality of Godhead. And he is in debt 300 rupees. So, his intention was if we tell the king that the king, he's a rich man, he can pay off the debt for Advaita Acharya. Anyway, this note came into the hands of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu read the note. And he said, Advaita Acharya is the incarnation of the personality of Godhead. Yes, he is. Mahaprabhu confirmed it. Yes, he's God. He's the Supreme Lord himself. But then he read the other half of the message. He is in debt 300 rupees. And he said, Lord Chaitanya was not pleased. He said, this is offense. He said, this is very wrong. How could he be in debt 300 rupees if he is the Supreme Lord? This is a great... He said, tell this Kamalakanta Vishvasa, he cannot come in my association again. This was Lord Chaitanya. Sometimes he could be like a thunderbolt, sometimes he could be soft as a rose. So this was more in his thunderbolt mood. Kamalakanta Vishvasa should not come in my presence again. I don't want to see his face. He's committed this great mistake, saying Advaita Acharya is in debt. So Advaita Acharya, when he heard this, he said to Lord Chaitanya, why are you giving him more mercy than me? So, what do you mean more mercy than you? He said, Advaita Acharya said, when I preached the impersonal philosophy from the Yoga Vashishta, you did not ban me from your association. You came there and you beat me, but you did not tell me I could never come in your presence again. But this Kamalakanta Vishvasa, you say he cannot come in your presence again. You're giving greater punishment to him than you gave to me. You're giving him more mercy than I got. So when Mahaprabhu heard this, of course, he was defeated, right? Because it was true. So then Lord Chaitanya repented. He said, all right, bring him. So they brought Kamalakanta Vishvasa to the presence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Mahaprabhu then instructed him and all of the devotees in the importance of never taking money or any kind of material benefit from sinful materialistic people. If you take money from sinful people, you take their karma. If you take food prepared by sinful people, materialistic people, you will also be affected. You will take karmic reaction. Lord Chaitanya was very concerned that the devotees keep their purity. don't allow themselves to be contaminated by the material energy. So very strict brahmanas, they're very careful where they will take charity, who they will accept charity from. They don't want to take from sinful, materialistic. Of course we do, because we don't take for ourselves. We may take it and give to the temple. And the temple can use everything. The temple can absorb that, because they're going to use everything for the service of the deities and temple programs. But if we will take charity for our own self, then it's a problem. You can get karmic reaction. So devotees have to be very careful. So in this way, Mahaprabhu was instructing everyone. As I said, Advaita, he preached the Yoga Vashishta because Lord Chaitanya was always respecting him. He was an older person. He was much older. He was almost 60s when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born. But Lord Chaitanya would come and touch his feet. But Advaita knew that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord himself. He wanted to worship Mahaprabhu. But every time he tried to worship Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu would fall at the feet of Advaita and take the dust from Advaita's feet. So it was very painful for Advaita. He thought, how to get Mahaprabhu to not to give me so much respect. So therefore he thought, I will preach this Mayavadi philosophy. And he got this book called the Yoga Vashishta, which preaches more about the glory of impersonal liberation and the Brahman and Sayuja Mukti. And Advaita began to preach like that. And the news came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when Lord Chaitanya heard that he was doing it, he was very angry. And he came all the way from Mayapur, he went all the way to Shantipur. And he came to Advaita Acharya, he grabbed him, threw him on the ground, started to beat him. And Sita, Advaita Acharya's wife, came running and, oh no, please, you won't kill him. You don't kill my husband. Mother Sita was very worried. Sita Thakurani is very worried that Lord Chaitanya would kill him. But Advaita was relishing the beating. It was very pleasurable for him. This was what he wanted. He did not want Mahaprabhu all the time respecting him. It also shows us how much Mahaprabhu wanted us to preach the Vaishnava philosophy and not be influenced by the Mayavadi impersonal teaching. So Advaita Acharya, he is the avatar, he is the incarnation of the Lord. He is Advaita because he is one with the Lord, and he is the Acharya because he teaches by his example the process of devotional service to the Supreme Lord. In this way he is Advaita Acharya. So he called the Lord to come to this world, and it was he also who gave the signal for the Lord to go back. It happened that Mahaprabhu was relishing more and more ecstasies, and then he got this message from Advaita, and he became like a madman. So now we also have to become in the ecstasy of love of God and go and see Radha Madhava.
Yes.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.